Audio Jungle.
Here's today's top stories. The 4th of July celebration is this weekend. Stay tuned to hear about the schedule and the events happening around our area. Next, we're checking in with some business people in our area to see how they're doing and how they survived the pandemic. Then, we'll bring you a story highlighting one of our outstanding athletes. And finally, we'll check in on the weather with our chief meteorologist, Tyler.
Broadcasting live from the WCJHS studios in Colon, Michigan, this is Colon's news leader, the Magi News Network.
Welcome to Magi News Network, live from Colon, Michigan. This is your host, Landon Hartman, followed by my co-host,
Savannah Myers. We have a very good show today planned out with a bunch of great stories, but first let's take a look at the weather with Tyler Smith. Take it away, Tyler.
Thank you, Savannah and Landon. I am your weatherman here for Magi News Network. These are our current temperatures today at mid to upper 60s. In Three Rivers, it's 70 degrees. In Sturgis, it's 70 degrees. And in Coldwater, it is 68 degrees. Our current radar, so we are clear of all rain for now. And this 4th of July weekend, we will be warm and humid. The fireworks show, which will take place at 10 o'clock this year, the fireworks will be better than ever, and you might want to get a spot early because there are going to be a lot of people, and all of the spots will be gone. So get your spot before they're all gone. And now, this week's forecast, which looks perfect. They're great night temps for open windows and ceiling fans for a comfortable sleep. Perfect upper 50s with a breeze. Very comfortable, but if you are out and about this evening, maybe a long sleeve shirt or jacket would be necessary. The temperatures do get gradually warmer. The temperature is a little warmer than yesterday, as well as the humidity is higher, but don't get comfortable just yet with the cooler weather because next week will start getting very hot and humid. The beginning of next week, we'll be getting some light rain, but no thunderstorms as of yet. The temperature will start getting a bit warmer, then stay around the upper 80s and possibly feel like temps in the low to mid 90s. Back to Savannah and Landon.
thank you for the weather, Tyler. It looks like you will be needing some shorts and a shirt this holiday weekend.
Now we can start with this weekend's agenda here in Colon. First up, on Friday, July 2nd, on Palmer Lake, there will be flares at sunset. Saturday, July 3rd, events will start with court crowning at 10 a.m. in front of 5 Star. Shortly after is the parade, which will start at 11. The midway will be open after the parade until 4.
The flotilla will begin at 6 on Palmer Lake. This year's theme is World Cities. The fireworks will go off at dusk at the elementary. Once those are done, fireworks on Palmer Lake will go off.
Thank you for listening to our local events for the weekend. Now we will continue on with our local interviews with Lily. Take it away, Lily.
So we had the best year financially that we've ever had as far as pizza. We have Grandma Minnie's Cheesecake, so my wife started, I don't know, a few years ago when we had the restaurant in Coldwater, and it's exploded. I mean, it's crazy. We actually hired a couple Amish girls to come in once a week and they help decorate, like we have cupcakes too. And then we started Blackstone Pop a few weeks or months ago. We have four different types of pop. That's going really well. One thing maybe some customers don't know, we've had calzones forever, and sometimes I think people come in, they don't realize we have those. So I just got a monitor up to try to advertise some of our stuff, and we're trying to advertise stuff around Colon, because there are things to do in town. You know, there's 3 or 4 theaters, and I really want to build town. That's kind of my goal now. Is my wife started the Stars. If you see the Stars on the street, that was kind of her idea. And then Rick took it and ran with it. And then I started the Rabbits, and they're multiplying, you know, I guess as a pun intended. And I'd like to see those all over town. I think I've sold, 15, 20 of them, because some private people have them too. And I'd love to see them all over town. I think we can market this town. Colon has a unique opportunity because you have the Amish flavor, which is fantastic. You have the magic, which I think is a cherry on top, but you have these lakes are economic drivers. And, these lakes, I love the townsfolk, and they fill us up through the week, and then the weekend people come up, and it just adds so much to town. So I'm excited for the future, Cole. I think we'll fill these buildings up where other towns might not have the opportunity. Food service has traditionally had high turnover, and but we've managed to keep our health. The people that work here love my wife. She's a lot nicer than I am. And in Colon, we've really hit a good vein of kids. We've had just, for the last 10 years or 15, I mean, we just, one good kid after another rolls in. A lot go to Glen Oaks, so we might have them for 3 or 4 years instead of just a couple. I'm very, very fortunate here. My sister's an RN, they can't get help. Engineers, I know, can't get help. I mean, when you disincentivize people to work, it's hard to get help.
We offer all different types of insurance services. We insure homes and automobiles. We insure rental properties. We insure commercial buildings and commercial businesses. We also do life insurance and health insurance. It was very stressful to own a business during the pandemic because we were very unsure of what the future was going to bring and how it was going to affect our business, how it was going to affect our employees. And but fortunately, to this point, we've made it through, and we're hopefully coming to the end of this. How did it affect us? Well, it affected us in many different ways. In that, it became very slow for a few months business-wise, and we were very concerned about what we were going to do, and we didn't want to have to lay off any employees. And we were fortunate that we didn't have to. So again, but we were very lucky. Because of the fact that we were considered essential, we were able to stay open, unlike other industries like the restaurant industry. So we feel blessed that we were able to stay open and keep everybody employed. But it was a tough time. It didn't affect the employees wanting to work, but it certainly did affect some of the hours we worked because we did close our doors to the public for quite a long time. And also with being exposed to COVID, there were certain employees that had to quarantine at times, so they would miss weeks of work at a time due to that. And there were just a lot of unknown things that came up. So yes, it did affect us a little bit in that way. It gave us a lot of time at home with our families that we normally didn't have because of all the activities we were involved in. So it was quite nice to be able to spend a little more time with the families. But it was also concerning because we didn't want anyone to get sick. So we had to stay away from grandparents and other people that were of high risk. But personally, looking back on it, it was tough, but we made it through and we're doing good. Well, I think a positive thing about it was that it gave us more family time and realized that we didn't have to be as busy as we all were, and that we could enjoy ourselves at home with our family and things like that. Negatively, it was just, like I said, very stressful at that point because as a parent, you're trying to protect your children. You don't want them to be in harm's way, and the fact that we have elderly family, we had wanted to try and protect them also. But then also you have the stress of work on top of keeping that going and keeping employees employed and not knowing what the future is going to bring. I'd say those were the negative things. So some stress related stuff, but we were fortunate to this point to have not been sick in our family. So we feel blessed about that.
Thank you, Lily. Continuing on, we are gonna head over to sports with their host Tucker Davis and a special guest. Take it away, Tucker.
Thank you, Savannah and Landon. This is the Magi News Network Sports segment with your host, Tucker Davis. Today we will be updating you on the week's sports news. We will be starting off with the Magi Spring Sports. Colon's Alex Stoll got second place in state for 110-meter high hurdles. Also this spring, the Colon Magi boys baseball team got their 5th straight district championship. And now we are moving on to the schedule. Colon has free physicals on July 24th. Miss Moores will be sending a letter home. If you would like one, please fill out the form. Now we are moving on to college scholars. 5 Colon Magi student athletes graduated and are going to play sports at the college level. Brandon Crawford is going to play football at Valpo University. Brenna Fisher is going to play softball at Kalamazoo Community College. Michael Barkman is going to play for Terra State. Now we have Mary Jane Montaigne and Lexus Gens are going to play basketball for Glen Oaks Community College. Now to coaching changes. Coach Robbie Hatton has moved up to the college level to coach at Glen Oaks Community College for the girls basketball team. Today, the coach that will be taking over his place is Beth Preston. She was the girls' assistant coach, but now she is moving up to the girls' head coaching job at Colon. So Caleb, how do you think that your football team will do next year?
I feel like that we have a really good chance of making it to state again. After last year's performance, I feel like we just need to step up and show what we can do out there.
How do you think that your team will be affected by the seniors graduating this season?
I really love our seniors that graduated. They got a special place in my heart, but this team, the incoming freshmen, the sophomores, and the juniors and the seniors, we all got to step up. We don't have much of size as we did last year, but I feel like we are a faster team than we were last year.
How do you feel about possibly being in a starting position next year?
It's a great thing. You know, having that chance to start on a team that has a chance to win a state championship is the best feeling in the world.
How do you feel that this season will change compared to last season with all the COVID restrictions?
I feel like we'll be able to do more stuff. We'll have film more together. I feel like that helps out the kids more to understand what's going on while we're watching film. Just everything with doing more conditioning, more getting out there to do stuff as a team bonding. I really think it'd help out the team.
Perfect. Thank you, Caleb. What do you say to him?
Thank you. Thank you for tuning into the Sports Network, and now it's back to the studio.
Thank you, Tucker. Thank you for everybody tuning in and watching Magi News Network. Have a great 4th of July, and we will see you later.